Someone to bring me out, bring that out of me. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't expect that he'd be the guy to do that. But the fact that our fathers did what they did all those years ago, it brings out a different soul, a different spirit into you. And that's what we both showed here tonight.
What do you believe won you the fight tonight, Chris, through those 12 rounds?
You know, I pushed through. There's a lot of things that have been going on in my life that I'm not going to get into right now. But I'm happy to have this man back with me, and we've upheld the family name like we said we were going to do, and onwards and upwards.
We weren't sure if we'd seen your father here tonight. How much of a lift did it give you on a night like this?
A lot. It was one of those things that was special. It was special. He needed to be here. All of this is because of what he did. And we just did it again, baby.
Although you said the procedure would be parliamentary, you also said it was impossible for it to go 12 rounds. Was there anything that surprised you in there tonight, coming back from Conor Benn?
Everything surprised me. I didn't know he had what he had in him. I really didn't. I thought I would break him early. I underestimated him. You know, I didn't train for a fight like that. You know, I didn't know he had that in him. He's never shown that. But then again, he's never had to show it. He had to show it tonight. And so did I.
Hang tight, Chris, because we are going to come back to you, of course. I do want to grab a word with your father. Chris, how special was that? As I said to Chris, we weren't sure if we would see you tonight. But my obvious question is, how proud are you of your son watching that from ringside?
Listen, I mean, he couldn't move around the ring, and so he had to stand toe-to-toe. I mean, that is legendary behavior in the ring. Legendary. And this, Conor Benn, as I said, Conor Benn is an extraordinary fighter. You know, he's gone pear-shaped somewhere, but an extraordinary fighter. And you saw that here tonight. He wanted to tear, and I thought he would blow out in maybe 4 or 5 rounds. He's going strong. He's going strong right the way through the fight. I am so proud of him. That's my son. That's right. That's why I'm here. I was always going to be here. That's right. Rastafari.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Mr. Eubank. A pleasure to speak to you. We're going to make our way over the ring, and we're going to try and speak to Conor Benn, who is here. Conor, we are live. We're live on DAZN. Conor, an incredible fight, an incredible effort. Everything left in this ring at Tottenham Hotspur tonight. Can you tell us what's going through your mind, and perhaps in terms of the game plan, what didn't quite go to plan?
I don't know. I mean, maybe 14 months out of the ring, played a factor. Probably say that'd be the only thing. Just maybe inactivity. But apart from that, yeah, I felt like it was a close fight. I'm not going to go, yeah, I think I won it and all that. I've got to watch it back. I know it was close. You know, I stayed on the ropes maybe a bit too long. He worked harder towards the end. I'm going to have to watch it back, man. But I enjoyed it, and a massive thank you to all my supporters who come out. Some homecoming.
Chris said you surprised him. He didn't think you had that in you here tonight. Has your opinion of him changed after 12 rounds like that?
Yeah, listen, we always knew Chris is a good fighter. You know, all the fighting talk is fighting talk. He's a good fighter. I believe I can fight at 160. You know, if we don't do the rematch, which I'd love to avenge that loss, go back down to welterweight and win the WBC world title. It's either Mario Barrios or the rematch for Eubank, whichever happens next, you know, I'll be content with.
I'll say, Conor, commiserations, but congratulations on a fantastic fight and an incredible show. It takes two to make a fight like this. Nigel, immediate thoughts on your son's efforts in this ring tonight? That was incredible.
I thought he done really well. You know, he learned a lot from this. He come back stronger. You know, like he was working too much on the ropes. Should have been off the ropes. We're not taking nothing away from Chris. It's his night. We can handle defeat gracefully. You know what I mean? And now we go back to the drawing board, you know, where we went wrong. So that's it, you know.
Nigel, thanks very much for speaking to us. Promoter Eddie Hearn is here as well. We'll try and grab a word with Angelo and everyone we can. Eddie, what a fight, first of all, from ringside. Your immediate verdict?
Unbelievable. I mean, I couldn't split him at the end. I thought Conor Benn was winning the fight. I thought he lost the last 2 rounds, and I couldn't split him. 116, 112, 3 times. Like, I'm not going to... You've seen me moan before about scores. It is what it is, but I don't see Chris Eubank winning that fight by 4 rounds at all. But forget that. Just unbelievable respect for both men. I could not be prouder of Conor Benn for what he's been through and the heart that he showed in the ring tonight. You know, Nigel Benn was the people's champion. Tonight, Conor Benn became the people's champion. He rose up from 147 pounds to fight a middleweight in there. He took the kitchen sink. He never stopped trying to win the fight. And that's what the public love to see. Someone that, to the final bell, does not stop throwing punches and trying to win. A little bit of inactivity, a little bit of inexperience, but I could not be prouder of Conor Benn. Tonight, I believe he won the entire hearts of the country and everybody that tuned in. I thought he could have won the fight. Razor thin. We'll see what happens. Look, Conor Benn is a 147-pounder. He's going to win world titles down there. We'll see if he'll do the rematch or not at 160. He'll want to do it. It was one of the best fights, one of the most dramatic fights I've seen. Big respect to Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. 2 great examples. A sport built out of respect, and those 2 warriors should respect each other after that. I could not be prouder of Conor Benn.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eddie. What a stage. What a fight. Back to you guys.